Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of our live stream, day 4 of our 5-day challenge. How are you doing today? I'm again broadcasting to you live right here from my home office, hoping that you had a good time. I know I can't help it. I can't help it. I hope you had a good time on time management today. If you've been part of our challenge from day 1, you know today was all about thinking about your time. So let me first be official and officially welcome you to our live stream. Not only that, but to actually even more so welcome you to this 5-day challenge. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, head on over to our 5-day challenge playlist on the YouTube channel. You can check out everything that we've worked on up to this point. If you want the free downloadable, don't forget to email me at drdawn@drdawnshoptalk.com. That also registers you for the giveaway. Now, guys, don't forget, if you're interested in registering for the challenge and for the giveaway, make sure that you put that subject line on there for you. You can see it right there at the bottom of your screen. New Year, New You 2022, because that's what this is all about. I just can't help it, you guys. There's just no way I'm not going to share with the audience how to start the new year off on the right foot. Each and every year, we have an opportunity to see our lives both professionally and personally in a different way. And that's what today's challenge was all about, understanding how important time really is. Think about it. It's the one commodity you can never buy. In fact, if you need extra help on time management, on my YouTube channel, I do have a playlist called Time Management Secrets. Tons of information on there. If you struggle with getting to places on time, there's actually a video called Never Be Late Again with this one simple step. I'm going to share with you all of my tips and tricks to make sure that you're not only using your time well, but you're not like so stressed out because it's easy, right, ladies, to feel like we don't have time to get to anything, especially when you're a career woman. When you're a career woman, you typically spread yourself way too thin. So I'm really hoping that you had fun thinking about your time today. And let's talk about this. One of the reasons why time management ends up being in all the articles, all the notes, all of the books out there is because people realize that in addition to the fact that you can never buy time or get more of it, how you choose to use your time is really going to determine everything about your life. Think about this, for example. Okay, let me put this up here for you. When you think about how you're using your time, you realize pretty quickly that how you use your time is really going to determine what you get done, both at work and at home. So if you say you want to spend more time with your children, or you want to be a better dog mom and actually start taking your dog out on a walk or to the dog park, if you don't use your time wisely, you're just not going to have the time to get to what you want to do. In fact, you guys, that's one of the reasons why on day 1 of the challenge, we worked on mindset. Because if you don't wrap your brain around the mindset you need to believe in yourself and to really have a great attitude so that you have the energy to get things done, you'll end up dismantling everything else that you do. So that's why we start with mindset, because you actually have to be in the right state of mind to kind of accomplish goals and to have the belief that you can do that and not hold yourself back. Now, another reason time management is so important is because remember on days 2 and 3 of the challenge, we looked at what your passions were. Well, if you want to actually make sure that you can enjoy things you're passionate about, you again need to carve that out in your schedule. So that's why we talked about that second. We talked about uncovering your grit, which is that ability not to quit and to get things done. We talked about that yesterday because I don't want you to like work nonstop on something and try to get it done if it's not something you're passionate about. And before we can even do that, we got to make sure you have the right mindset. So that's why today, day 4, is the perfect day to talk about time. Now, I want you to think about something else. We all have the same 24 hours a day, each and every day. We all have the same 168 hours a week. So you might remember from the very beginning, I told you to make sure you're thinking of your time a little bit differently there too. So let's recap real quickly your time management math, and then I'm going to share with you what I did today for my challenge. And then again, guys, make sure that you comment, that you like or share this video with someone else who might be interested in time management. And if you are able to join us live, be sure to comment and let me know what you worked on today. Okay, so let's go over the time management math just real quickly. Remember, if you're blessed enough to have a full-time job, especially with benefits, right? Hello, you're going to subtract at least 8 to 10 hours. Now, if you also subtract the 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours we all should be getting for sleep, right? If you do that, you're really left with maybe another 8 hours or so of your day when you consider everything else. Well, when you think about that, it doesn't seem like that's a whole lot of time. I mean, it is a whole other workday, but you know what I mean? It just doesn't seem like a lot of time to get everything else done. Time for yourself, time for family and friends, time to commute to and from work, right? So start thinking about ways that you can combine activities so that you make the best use of time. Now, I've shared this example before. Let me share this with you again. In fact, I was doing this all day today. One of the things I love to do that really makes me feel like I have a little extra me time while I'm doing other things. Now, I'm not a big believer in multitasking. Actually, all the productivity studies out there, you guys, and you know that's part of what I do as a career coach is productivity. And as a productivity coach, I can tell you 100% if you multitask too much, you're actually going to become sort of a jack of all trades and a master of none. You're not going to do things very well anyway. So you want quality, not quantity. Now, with that being said, there are times when there are activities that kind of naturally can go together. So, for example, when I had a longer commute, I took advantage of that and I listened to books on tape. I love everything Audible. I love everything library. So I would download free books from the library. And then I would also listen to my Audible books. And I really enjoyed listening to a book on tape in the car. It was amazing. So instead of being frustrated with traffic, especially because I love murder mysteries, you guys, I was so excited to get in traffic because then I could find out who the killer was. And you guys, I do this when I'm cleaning the kitchen. When I'm getting ready in the morning, I listen to a book on tape or an inspiring podcast, something like that. I love it. So I feel like I'm getting me time while I'm doing something else that maybe is just not as exciting. Okay, so think about that. Another thing I asked you to do to kind of consider, and I was just sharing this from my notes with you the other day, is you might want to start timing your activities. You guys, I recommend that for all of my clients. I ask them to become a time PI, right? Your own private investigator, so that you can figure out how much time your daily tasks really take. Now, I don't mean stuff you do just once in a while. I'm talking about really time the things that you do all the time or the things that you would like to do. So, for example, I've mentioned this before. There is a power behind making your bed in the morning. You guys, there's viral videos about this. It's awesome. It's pretty cool. Well, I know how I like to make my bed. I know the way I want it to look. I also know I've got it down to a science, ladies, and it takes me no more than 2 minutes to make that bed. I kid you not. Now, today, I chose not to make my bed. And that was because when my timer went off, and I've shared this before too, you guys, instead of constantly looking at my watch, I make sure the night before all of my timers are set in the morning. And what that does for me is I know when that timer goes off, the first timer, I know that I should be completely dressed by that point. When the second timer goes off, I know that my hair and makeup should be done. I know I'm a little bougie. I love doing my hair and makeup. But anyway, I want to make sure I have time for that. Okay. So this takes a little effort. Anyway, when I get done with that, I know the timer then goes off for me to make sure I go outside and take out the dogs. Now, my husband and I share that. So I take out our babies on some mornings. He takes them out on other mornings. So I want to make sure I have time for that. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. My timer goes off for journaling, for getting in the car, for making sure I've buffered enough time, especially like if it's raining and it might take me longer to get to where I need to go. So, you guys, I say all that because I want you to realize that if you understand truly how long something takes, then you're going to be able to fill up your schedule with activities that really excite you. That's why we really kind of dove deep on your passions and spent some time on that the other day. Okay, so for me, I did a couple things on my own time management that I was really excited about. Okay, I've been working on some activities, some special projects that include making presentations and charts and brochures and things like that for my business. Well, one of the things that I've been working on is kind of timing myself. How long does it take me to do a thumbnail, for example, for my YouTube channel? How long does it take me to put together a presentation? Now, I'm lucky in the fact that I'm an empty nester. And so I have plenty of time in the evenings. I have time first thing in the morning when I've got that me time. So I'm lucky I do have that time. But I promise you, I did all of this when I was a single mom. I just got up a little bit earlier. I stayed up a little bit later. Instead of binge watching a TV show, I would reward myself with that same TV show later if I got certain things done, because I'm all about rewarding myself, you guys. I love that. Okay. So if you plan breaks and you plan rewards for yourself when you set a goal and you reach it, you're going to be excited about achieving some of this so that you can kind of make a more informed decision. You want to fill up your schedule with things again that you're really passionate about so that you wake up in the morning with that extra energy. I want you to have that extra passion and purpose for your day. That's all that we have. That's why if you're at a job that you're miserable at, you've got to do something about it. That's where a career coach comes in. That's where I can help you figure out what's gone wrong. But remember, it always starts with turning your current job into your dream job. Be the very best at that. I'm going to give you an example. I had a meeting today with someone that I am planning on doing business with. And she's an amazing young career woman. I already knew from the first 5 seconds, which, by the way, did you know on average when you go in for an interview within the first 7 seconds, this is documented. I've got some good friends who've done this research. Within the first 7 seconds, you kind of know, right? And then the rest of the interview is all about sort of confirming that's what you're thinking. Well, within the first 5, 6, 7 seconds, I already knew this gal was fabulous. I already knew that. And so I knew I was going to hire her to do some things. But the minute I saw that she was there early, that she had already checked out my website, my social media, all these things, she had already done her research to work with me, then I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a go-getter. Because you want to surround yourself with people that not only support you, but who kind of get you. So when you think about this precious commodity of time, make sure your group, the entourage, so to speak, that you surround yourself with, the circle of support that you have in your life, make sure that they really do support you and that they're lifting you up, not bringing you down. That's what you need. You need people in your life. You don't need somebody to tell you you're fabulous all the time and to be, somebody who's insincere. But you do need to have those affirmations, right? That validity. Because if you don't, then no matter how many hours you have left in your day, you guys, you're not going to be excited to spend it, to do things, to meet goals. You'll kind of like be struggling because it'll be hard for you to be enthusiastic and passionate about your life. So we may not have any control over some of our present situations. Okay. If you have, for example, a very, very difficult relationship with perhaps your father or your mother or a cousin or a boss, you can't always control that. But you can control how you react to things, how you carry yourself. You can control whether you apply for a different job, right? Those kinds of things. And you can definitely control who your family now is, your work family or through friendships. you can create a family of support there too. So think about how you're using your time and think about what you can do differently to make sure that you are enthusiastic about your life. Now, are we going to all have those days where like time just drags on and no matter what you do, you're like, you're miserable? Of course, you're going to have those tough days. But if your schedule is filled up with activities that you love, and if you're making sure you are carving out time to take care of yourself, and set those healthy boundaries. If you need help with healthy boundaries, that's another playlist, you guys. In fact, on my YouTube channel, I've got several playlists you might want to check out. In addition to our 5-day challenge playlist for this year and last year, by the way, so you can see what we worked on last year, I also have playlists on mindset, on passion, on what's holding you back, and grit is included in that, as well as time management. Now, here's something else that I want you to think about. Let me also put the reminder up here, you guys. Again, make sure you give us a shout out. Make sure you comment, like the video, share this with anybody you think might need some help with time management, or just somebody who wants to learn a little bit more about how to start the year off on the right foot. But let me switch gears, you guys, and talk a little bit about tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is all about building your brand. When we talk about the importance of branding, what I really mean is I want you to think about what you stand for. Okay, so let me share a little bit about this because I want you to be thinking already about tomorrow. And then I'm going to wrap things up. Oh, thank you. Oh, hi, Kim. Kim's watching again tonight. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate you. Okay, here's something else I want you to think about. Okay. Oh, hi, Tracy. I just noticed that Tracy was watching. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you. All right. So, what you want to think about when it comes to building your brand is you want to think about what do you stand for. And do you know, and I shared this quote earlier, I'm going to share it again. The top CEOs understand that branding really is what you represent. When people hear your name, what's the first thing they think of? You want them to think, oh, yeah, she's a go-getter, or, oh, yeah, she would be amazing at this, right? That's what you want people to think about, okay? Doesn't mean being perfect. It means having a stellar brand so that people are willing to give you opportunities. And sometimes if they can think of that, then they might think of you for a position that you didn't even think about for yourself. So you want to make sure you're not like, limiting your dreams before it even has a chance to take off. In fact, on the Time Management Secrets playlist, I have a video on there about how millionaires and billionaires use their time differently. And a lot of entrepreneurs have said that through their failures, they've actually discovered dreams that they didn't even know they had. So they have to give up on this one business idea, but then this other idea really takes off. So thinking about successful entrepreneurs and CEOs, I want to read that quote I was telling you about from the former CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who said, and I quote, "Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room." Isn't that so true? So that's what you're going to work on tomorrow, okay? If you're participating in all 5 days, you have 1 day left. And tomorrow, I want you to think about what are the top 3 things people could say about me and my work right now. What is it? Are you somebody who gets to work early? Are you the last to leave? Are you somebody who always thinks outside of the box? Are you somebody that when somebody asks you for help, you immediately say, absolutely, but you don't do the work for them? Are you somebody that sets healthy boundaries at work? Or do people tend to walk all over you, treat you like a doormat, maybe a nice doormat, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can just tell that they ask things of you that they wouldn't ask of other people. Remember, you teach people how to treat you. Remember that above all else. So whether it's in your work life or personal life, you have to have those boundaries so that people understand that, okay? I'm 5'1 3/4" on a good day, people, okay? I commanded respect as a high school teacher. I didn't teach kindergarten. I taught high school, okay, and a required class at that. So if I didn't have this presence where the students understood I loved them back when I was teaching, that I absolutely loved them dearly, but I did expect to be respected and I expected them to respect each other. If that didn't come across, I could never have loved teaching for almost half of my career. And the other half has been in management. I've had the privilege to supervise teachers and employees and staff to help them be their best, right? So if I didn't have that experience and know the kinds of things that would motivate people, I couldn't be in this business right now. I couldn't be in a public speaking and motivational business. I couldn't be a career coach because I really wouldn't understand what it was like to be on both sides of the desk, both as the manager and as the person interviewing for a job. So think about that. And then I want to leave you this with this last thought about branding and interviews. If you do your branding well, you won't have to interview for your next job. Now, prepping you for the interview, rebooting your resume, that's actually one of the services we provide at Shop Talk through our career prep and career confidence bootcamp. So I love that, you guys. But my ultimate wish for you would be that your reputation, that your brand is so awesome that you won't have to interview for your next job, that you'll have conversations like what I've been blessed to have, where someone reaches out to me, either my boss or my boss's boss or boss's boss's boss, and they ask me if I would be interested in something. You guys, that's the best feeling in the world. And that's what your brand can do for you. Okay. So remember, you are your brand. Think about 3 qualities that you think you're known for and just focus on one and think about ways that you could even bring that up a notch. Okay. I want you to bring your A game. I want you to take things up in your career and in your personal life. And identifying kind of where you're at right now is the first step. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I just love all the responses. I've gotten some amazing emails, people calling and reaching out. So thank you so much. I'm so glad you've had a fun time on this challenge. Now, if you're joining us late on the video, let me show you a couple more things before we wrap up. Okay, so you know tomorrow is all about building your brand. Let me also remind you about this. Tomorrow, we're not broadcasting at 7. Okay, please don't join me at 7. It's a Friday night. I expect you to be on a date night or to be relaxing with your feet up and a big glass of wine or something. I don't want you to join me at 7. So instead, just join me on your lunch hour. We're going to broadcast at 12 noon. Now, remember that if you have registered, if you gave me that email, I'll put that back up there in a minute. You have also registered for this. Oh, I'm so excited to get started. As of tomorrow, we can start working on this. I'm a badass woman and I get what I manifest, right? Not what you want, but what you manifest. It has 369 challenges in here. So it's like a really awesome journal prompt, basically, and workbook. So this is what I bought you. If you want to register for that giveaway, again, let me go ahead and put my email back up there for you. Just email me at drdon@drdonshoptalk.com. You would just put the subject line, New Year, New You 2022. You got to put that so I can kind of group that together over here. Okay, you guys, so make sure you do that. So again, tomorrow we're going to broadcast at 12 noon. Tomorrow is all about building your brand. So make sure you join us at 12 noon Central Standard Time. And then same thing, we'll spend about 15, 20 minutes or so together. We can talk about how branding went for you today. Remember to think of your top 3 qualities. What are you known for? Now, it might be that you're known for running late or not answering emails or something like that. It could be something negative if you think you're struggling. So think about what would be the 3 things people would say about you right now. Think about that. And that's what I want you to work on tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys. I've gotten some comments coming in. You guys are so sweet. I love it. Oh, hi, Susie. Susie is watching tonight. She's thanking Dr. Dawn. Thank you, Susie, for watching. I know she's registered. I bet you anything. She wants to win this and she's lucky, so she might actually win this. You guys, this has been so much fun. Don't forget to join us tomorrow. Also, let me put this back up there for you. Remember, today was all about time management. So if you need any more help on time management, you guys, don't forget to email me, let me know. I can definitely send you some extra information. I can send you some of those videos I talked about that are on the Time Management Secrets playlist on the YouTube channel. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow at 12 noon Central Standard Time. Can't wait to hear all about you building your brand. Have a great night, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.